Hey everybody, Kennis here. Hope you're doing great. Today I'm looking at this guitar here. This is a guitar that I built. This is the Fender, K-E-N-D-E-R. My name is Kennis, so I built this guitar out of kind of parts and pieces. So I didn't actually like saw the wood and that kind of thing, but I basically built this guitar for free, and I've made a couple videos about this in the past. One on how I painted this with Rust-Oleum matte finish paint. This camera, it comes up more like it looks in real life. This camera is a little bit more pinkish than it really looks. So, but built this guitar, I think about three and a half years ago, and basically built it for free. And I'm gonna play you some of the sounds for it in a second, but I wanted to tell you what all is in this so you can kind of know. Basically what happened is I found a listing on Craigslist for two guitars. One was a Squire and one was a Mexican Stratocaster. Both of them were Strats, and they didn't have any pickups in them or anything. They were just kind of bare bones. This guitar, originally I don't even think it had a nut. And so it was just kind of stripped down, but it basically body and neck for both of them. And what I did was I took this body. This was the body that came with that, this Mexican Stratocaster body, and then I sold the Mexican neck. I didn't like really the way that it played, actually, and it just I could tell that the craftsmanship wasn't as good as what I wanted to. In fact, I think the Squire neck felt better than the Mexican neck. Anyway, I sold that neck on eBay for like I think it was $110. And for the two guitars themselves that I bought on Craigslist, the guy was selling them both for $30. So right off the bat, I was able to make, like, by the time shipping and all that, the fees and everything like that, it was probably like 65 bucks just by selling the neck. Then I sold the body and the Squire neck, and I think both of those individually was a total of about 30 bucks that I made out of that. So basically I was at a point where just by keeping this body and selling the other pieces on eBay, I had about $100 in my pocket. So I went and found this neck. This is a Mighty Mite neck. Let me see if you can see that here. Found this on Craigslist also. There was a guy selling it for, I think it was 30 bucks. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was right at 30 bucks. And I might have talked him down a little bit. But so I got the neck and then bought a Graphtec nut for it. I think I actually have a video of me putting in this right here. And then the neck came with the tuners, and the tuners are, I think they're cheapy tuners, but they do a decent job. I'll probably upgrade those tuners to locking tuners at some point when I find a good deal on some Fender locking tuners. Cheap string tree roller here from eBay. And then the pickups themselves, this is one of those cheap $30 deals on Amazon, I believe it was, for the whole loaded pick guard. So it's the humbuckers. These are like those hot rail humbuckers in the bridge and the neck, and then it's got a single coil in the middle. You know, sometimes those cheap pickups are actually really good, especially for the money. I shielded the inside. I probably have this jack laying around from a different project before, and basically that's it. So I've got this is kind of like a Frankenstein here. I've got a Mexican Strat body with a Mighty Mite neck that I put my name on here, and it's kind of cool. I put on here Fender, and then made in USA, and then I put my birth date, Utah 04/17/79, because I was born in Utah, and I call it the parts caster. So this is a parts caster, and then I put up here original custom built, which is similar to what they have. So I wouldn't label this as a Fender guitar by any means, but it's my guitar, and I really like it. So by the time everything was said and done, you know, the parts in this, let's say 30 bucks for the neck, 30 bucks for the pickups, miscellaneous things like the string tree and the nut and this jack here, maybe let's call that another 20 bucks. And then the body, you know, I was able to buy this, or, you know, I got this basically for less than, I probably made money by building this. Oh, and the Rust-Oleum paint, I think I spent 10 bucks, if I'm not mistaken, on the paint. And people sometimes ask about that, how the Rust-Oleum paint was. And I might make a full video on that, but I did a really cheap job on it. By the way, it is a matte paint. I wanted it to be a matte finish, not a glossy finish. It actually has held up pretty well. I probably should have let it cure just a little bit. You can see on this end here, I stuck it in one of my guitar racks like this, and a couple days after, and you can see there it's got these marks on here. Some of the rubber came off of one of those. Other than that, it's held up pretty well. So I've been talking for like a few minutes now, so let's go ahead and play some sounds out of this guy and see what a free guitar built out of parts would kind of sound like. So I'm playing through this Bassman 20, which is a really great amp. I need to make another video just on this amp because it is such a cool amplifier. Not many people know about it. The Bassman people know about, but this Bassman 20 is awesome. It's a 15-inch speaker, 18 watt, closed back, just kind of bare bones. So I've got, I'm playing in with this Hall of Fame reverb here just to create some reverb sound. And then if I go into distortion, I'll go to this tube driver. But here we go. Let me just kind of play you just the pickups themselves. I'll take that reverb off just so it's easier to hear. Here's the middle pickup. And I'm doing this out of order, but here's the fourth position. I really like that position because a lot of times in the fourth position on a Stratocaster, it gets that kind of quacky sound, which I do like, but this doesn't do that as much. It kind of sounds to me like two single coils that are turned into a wired and such that they're kind of more like a humbucker. It's like that middle pickup gives just enough of the single coil sound to change it up. Here's the two position. That one gives a little bit more of that sound, of the quacky sound, but man, I really like these pickups for being so inexpensive, and I didn't have to rewire anything. It came loaded on this pick guard itself. Let's put a little bit of reverb on here, a little bit of distortion. This is the Butler tube driver. Rolling off the tone a little bit. It's funny, I thought that I had wired this, I like to have this tone knob to control the tone of the bridge, but this isn't wired that way. That's why I was doing that. Well, there you have it. That's my Fender. You know, the one thing about buying or building a guitar that is kind of the downside to it is I'll never sell this thing. So, you know, it's got my name on it. You know, I kind of wish that I didn't even put the logo on there. I should have made up something else instead of Fender, because like I'm attached to this guitar and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. Might give it to somebody. That might be something I'd do. I've got so many guitars. I'm trying to downsize a little bit, but this one always ends up being in the list of the no, you can't get rid of that. I gotta keep that guitar around. So man, I really like it. I spent a lot of time on this neck. This was the neck that the first project that I ever did. You know, fret leveling and crowning the frets and all that kind of thing. So man, this plays really well. I mean, I spent like probably 10 hours putting this guitar together, just getting everything working. I probably spent a good 5 just on the frets themselves or the neck themselves. So I don't know, what do you think? Is this a cool guitar? Is that something you would play? I really like it. I think it's a great instrument. And hey, if you made it this far in this video, you made it this far, you're a rock star. I really believe that. Thanks so much for watching, and do me a favor, if you would like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you liked this video, and hit the bell, all that kind of jazz. Up right here is a video that YouTube thinks that you would like, and right here is a video that I think you'll like. So check one of those guys out. Kennis Russell out. I'll see you in another video.